Polkadot PLOs are here, and they could prove to be an absolute goldmine. But how do you find that gold? And which projects on Polkadot have the most potential? Well, that's exactly what I'll be answering today. I'll be taking you through 5 of the most interesting Parachain projects and covering their ins and outs, pros and cons, as well as some of my own predictions. You definitely don't want to miss this, people. Now, I hate to be uncouth, but I need to hit you with some truth. Financial advice is not something I do, but if that's what you're looking for, then contact a financial advisor near you. Also, do be aware that I do in fact hold some Polkadot in my personal portfolio, but I will do my absolute best to be as unbiased as possible while delivering my opinions here. Now, if crypto content is what inspires you, then woohoo, you've come to the right place. My name is Guy, and quality crypto content is my favorite space. Here at the Coin Bureau, we deliver the best crypto education straight from our studio to you. Coins, news, reviews, market moves, and some fun facts too. I do it for the culture and for the knowledge, but the views are great too. If what I just said struck a chord, then subscribe to the channel and ping that little old notification bell to get on board. Okay, that's all I've got, so without further ado, let's dive straight into these top 5 projects on Polkadot. Okay, before we jump into the top 5 most promising parachains on Polkadot, a brief analysis of what a parachain actually is and how it is structured is only polite. This should provide you with a deeper understanding of how Polkadot's architecture is natively designed and shed some light on its interoperable nature and cross-chain composability features. If you already know all about that, then feel free to skip ahead to the next section using the timestamps in the timeline below. Now, as many of you will know, Polkadot is a smart contract compatible blockchain that launched in May of 2020. Polkadot was founded by Ethereum co-founder Dr. Gavin Wood with an objective to deliver the most sophisticated platform for security, innovation, and scalability, as well as deliver on the promises that the big dog Ethereum simply could not. Now, given that Dr. Wood is the former CTO of the Ethereum Foundation, it should come as no surprise that DOT's underlying ecosystem design shares a plethora of similarities with that of the upcoming ETH 2.0. In fact, in terms of fundamental blockchain structure, Polkadot's central chain and foundational layer is called the relay chain, which uses a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. And because Polkadot was designed to function as what is called a layer 0 heterogeneous multi-chain network, the relay chain in and of itself does not natively support smart contract functionalities, and it can only handle a handful of transaction types, namely those pertaining to staking. Now, Polkadot is able to gain its smart contract integrations from the additional blockchains that can plug into the foundational relay chain. This is ultimately because DOT's relay chain can provide layer 0 security and, more importantly, scalability for up to 100 layer 1 blockchains connected to the relay chain as parachains. Parachains are a set of diverse Layer 1 blockchains running in parallel within the Polkadot ecosystem on both the Polkadot and Kusama networks. Parachains are connected to and secured by the central relay chain, and they share and benefit from the interoperability, governance, and scalability features of Polkadot. What's more, the network's cross-chain composability allows for any type of asset or data to be efficiently transferred between parachains through a system called cross-chain message passing, or XCMP for short. Subsequently, this opens up a trove of new potential use cases and applications in DeFi, GameFi, the metaverse, NFTs, and so much more. Now, there's a lot more to Polkadot that I can't go over here, but I will leave links in the description to some of my previous Polkadot videos that I encourage you to watch at your leisure. Moving on though, one of the most fascinating and deeply appealing traits of the Polkadot parachains is the Polkadot Parachain Loan Offering System, or PLO. Via PLOs, projects looking to secure a slot on Polkadot's network can do so by participating in what is called a parachain slot auction. Slot auctions involve bidding on a particular slot on either the Polkadot or Kusama blockchains using real capital, in this case DOT for Polkadot and KSM for Kusama. And those projects looking to bid for a slot may do so by using their own DOT or KSM assets or by leveraging a crowd loan system. Now, whichever project is able to secure the highest amount of KSM or DOT tokens at the time when the snapshot is taken wins the slot. This process is akin to that of an initial coin offering. However, the main difference here is the fact that crowd loan participants maintain full ownership and control over their tokens. This means that they are not actually required to trade one token set for another, as they will essentially be airdropped the project's native tokens for every DOT or KSM contributed. Of course, this is if the project they have loaned to manages to secure a Parachain slot. If not, all contributed capital will be returned to the contributors at the end of the auction batch. When it comes to participating in PLOs, that's the subject of a whole other video, and thankfully for you, it's one I have in the top right. Feel free to open up a new tab so that you can come back to it later. Okay, that's enough of an overview. I now want to look at a few Polkadot projects that have secured their slots, as well as some that are still bidding. I will also say that I have not invested in any of these and have no affiliation to the projects whatsoever. They're just projects I find interesting. So, with that out of the way, let's dive in. First up, we have Acala Network. It was founded in 2019 by Brian Chen, Betty Chen, Fuyao Zhang, and Ruito Su. Sorry if I mangled any of those names. Now, the team has previous Polkadot experience, as they helped develop mobile wallets such as Polka Wallet and have contributed extensively to the development of the Substrate ecosystem. Now, Acala deems itself as the ultimate decentralized finance network and liquidity hub for Polkadot. Technically speaking, Acala is a Layer 1 Parachain smart contract platform boasting high scalability, Ethereum compatibility, and DeFi optimization. It also has built-in liquidity and an advanced set of ready-made modular financial applications. With Acala, platform users can gain access to features such as DOT-based assets and derivatives, a Polkadot native decentralized stablecoin, liquid staking options for DOT, LDOT, as well as Ethereum Virtual Machine (EVM) compatibility. This allows developers to gain access to the best functionalities of Ethereum while also taking advantage of Substrate-powered blockchain infrastructures. Therefore, what I find particularly intriguing about Acala is that once fully operational, it will look to bring some serious value and utility to the Polkadot ecosystem. In terms of pure structure, Acala is made up of two primary protocols. The first is Honzon, a decentralized stablecoin protocol which makes it possible to mint a digital asset collateralized US dollar stablecoin called the Acala dollar, or AUSD. The second protocol is a tokenized staking liquidity protocol called HOMA, which makes it possible to use a tokenized version of staked DOT called LDOT across DeFi protocols built on Polkadot. Acala has also developed a cross-chain DEX that will feature wrapped assets such as REN BTC that can be used as collateral to mint its AUSD stablecoin. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Now, Acala's native utility token is ACA, and if you've already tried looking it up on either CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, well, you probably didn't find anything. However, you will find the necessary information about ACA's tokenomics on Acala's official website. This is because Polkadot's DeFi Hub has only just started rolling out its launch process, with the team announcing the project's midterm roadmap on December the 18th. After 2 years of consistent building and protocol development, on November the 18th, Acala was the first parachain to secure a slot on Polkadot, with over 32 million DOT contributed by over 190,000 community members. This momentous achievement was a testament to the strength and passion of Acala's growing community, which currently counts more than 800,000 members across global channels and over 100 ambassadors. According to its roadmap, the team at Acala anticipate that ACA tokens will be distributed to all contributors within the first 4 weeks of Genesis, with the entire 1 billion token supply being minted in the Genesis block at launch. So, if you participated in the Acala PLO, do keep your eyes peeled for that. Next up, drum roll please, Moonbeam. Moonbeam was founded in January 2020 by the Moonbeam flight crew, which defines itself as, quote, a global team of makers, thinkers, and doers. It's spearheaded by CEO Derek Yu of PureStake and COO Stefan Melhorn. Now, Moonbeam's mantra echoes what many blockchain developers have known for quite some time now, and that is that inherently the future is multi-chain. On top of that, it is indeed reasonable to assume that the blockchain systems of tomorrow won't work separately like they do now. Interoperability is a key theme which I have become increasingly bullish on recently. We can only tap the full potential of crypto if disparate networks are able to communicate. Fundamentally speaking, Moonbeam is a parachain that brings smart contract solutions and interoperability with Ethereum to the Polkadot ecosystem. This essentially enriches its primary Layer 0 architectural design by leveraging Ethereum-native features such as on-chain governance, staking, and cross-chain integrations. This means that Moonbeam allows users to take advantage of Polkadot's unique speed and bridging properties while also implementing the full set of qualities offered by EVM compatibility. This will then allow for greater Web3 access and ease of use when deploying Solidity smart contracts and dApps originally built on Ethereum. While there are many other protocols currently working together to provide a more interconnected and diverse blockchain environment, Moonbeam tackles the issue of interoperability by providing a framework. It includes the following features: permissionless dApps, EVM collaborations, advanced APIs, substrate-compatible tools, cross-chain integrations, and on-chain governance. Now, Moonbeam depends on its native utility token Glimmer, GLMR, for its operations, and it is essential to the Parachain's design as it powers its smart contracts, facilitates network security, and enables dApp performance. In November of last year, Moonbeam was the second project to secure its Parachain slot, having raised more than $35 million from over 200,000 contributors. This set a new precedent for all upcoming PLOs due to its astonishing community support. Just like with the majority of PLOs, all contributed DOT tokens will be locked for the duration of the entire lease period, which, in the case of Moonbeam, will last 96 weeks from the 17th of December last year. All contributed tokens being subsequently returned to all investors once the lease is completely finalized. Now, in a similar fashion to Acala's ACA, Moonbeam's Glimmer tokens are not currently trading on the open market, but the primary team predicts that GLMR tokens will be minted and fully released in Q1 of 2022 once the Moonbeam network launches. At Genesis, the total supply of Glimmer will be capped at 1 billion tokens, with different portions being allocated to these sectors in order to secure the network, reward contributors, fund the treasury, and provide protocol liquidity. In terms of its future potential, Moonbeam will most likely attract a growing set of developers who want to stretch Ethereum's capabilities and bridge them with the benefits of other blockchain ecosystems, primarily Polkadot. Furthermore, once its mainnet goes live, Moonbeam will probably be working in conjunction with other DeFi and interoperability platforms such as Clover to act as an in-between layer between the various Layer 1 parachains. Which leads me on to the third most promising parachain project, Clover Finance. Now, over the course of the years, blockchain technology has given birth to an astounding amount of new projects and widespread innovation. But lately, many developers have been focusing on bringing all of these decentralized networks together with cross-chain compatibility, merging DeFi applications with the Bitcoin blockchain, DeFi with NFTs, and Ethereum with Polkadot, for instance. Thus, behold Clover Finance. Now, Clover was co-founded by Viven Kirby, Narelle Ung, and Burak Kacheli in May of 2020. They're a team of blockchain developers and deep tech VC entrepreneurs. Technically speaking, Clover is a substrate-based Polkadot parachain that seeks to provide an intuitive blockchain infrastructure to reduce efforts and costs for developers in decentralized finance. Clover bills itself as a foundational layer for cross-chain composability and as a blockchain operating system, and its protocol structure is primarily made up of 4 different layers. These layers are storage, smart contracts, DeFi protocol, eApps. Now, Clover's storage protocol layer allows for the distributed storage of DApp data. The smart contracts layer, as you might have guessed already, supports the cross-chain deployment of smart contract functionalities with a Web3 compatible API, enabling existing Web3 dApps to seamlessly migrate to Clover without any changes. Clover's DeFi protocol layer instead supports basic DeFi applications such as swapping, lending, and insurance, whereas the eApp layer supports the evolution from a dApp to an eApp or external application. This allows developers to deploy their own eApps easily on Clover with no extra bandwidth nor additional virtual machines. In addition to that, Clover's native architecture will boast full EVM compatibility, which will enable protocols building on Clover to benefit from having direct access to Ethereum's advanced functionalities and developer toolkits. Now, one of the most remarkable features that Clover offers is its in-house two-way peg system. This is a mechanism that allows the transfer of an asset from a base chain to a secondary blockchain and vice versa. This is done by temporarily locking an asset on one chain and unlocking the same amount of equivalent tokens on another. Now, while the concept of a two-way peg is nothing new, it actually dates back to the early days of Satoshi, this system does come with some inherent risks, especially as it pertains to user honesty and trustworthiness. Now, I won't dive too deep into how these work, but all I will say is that Clover's two-way peg system facilitates an asset transfer between 2 separate chains, such as Ethereum and Polkadot. This is through its advanced Merkle-proof system, which ensures a decentralized and trustless asset locking and unlocking process. Clover's native utility token is CLV, a multi-use asset acting as both the protocol's governance and utility token. Users can stake their CLV tokens to validate transactions on the network's validator infrastructure, apply to have their projects funded by the Treasury, nominate node validators, and deploy dApps and smart contracts on Clover. On December 16th of 2021, Clover won the 5th Parachain slot auction on Polkadot, securing over 9.7 million DOT tokens from more than 11,000 subscribers. Unlike ACA and Glimmer, CLV is already trading on the open market, and it held its initial coin offering on CoinList in April of last year. These were sold at a price of 20 cents per token. CLV is currently trading at over 3x its ICO price, and those who contributed in the Clover slot auction are expected to receive 28% of the CLV tokens they are entitled to very soon. In addition, contributors who staked DOT for CLV will also be entered into a lucky draw to win a Clover NFT potentially containing more than 40 million CLV tokens. That would be a nice present to open. Next, Efinity. In August of 2021, Engine launched a new initiative called Efinity. I don't have time to go into Engine here, but if you want more info, I'll leave my previous video for you in the description. Anywho, Efinity is a Polkadot parachain that aspires to be the next generation blockchain for NFTs, with minimal fees and rewards for ENJ holders. It also seeks to tackle one of the most significant barriers to the full-blown adoption of non-fungible tokens, ETH gas fees. Now, while Ethereum NFTs are based on the ERC 721 token standard, Efinity leverages a new NFT infrastructure design called the ERC 1155 token standard, which lets developers generate both non-fungible and fungible tokens within the same contract. This reduces gas costs and increases developer flexibility. Engine is also building a Paratoken, which will be compatible with the ERC 1155 tokens it developed for Ethereum. Efinity's native token EFI will be in reality the first Paratoken, and with a confirmation period of just 6 seconds, the Efinity blockchain will be able to process about 700 transactions per second. Efinity was designed by Engine in conjunction with the Web3 Foundation to be a cross-chain NFT blockchain that allows for ecosystem interoperability, incentives for people to engage with NFTs, and a consistent user experience. In the Polkadot ecosystem, Efinity will function as one of the 100 parachains secured by the central relay chain and interconnected with one another thanks to Polkadot's cross-chain technology. Efinity's parachain functions will therefore allow other parachains to incorporate Efinity NFTs into their respective ecosystems and take advantage of their native cross-chain abilities in gaming, DeFi, other NFT projects, and even smart contract applications. In terms of the features offered by Efinity, EFI's relatively swift transaction throughput ensures fast transactions and low gas fees, which could potentially make Efinity the go-to protocol for in-game NFT trading. Secondly, Efinity ensures its low gas fees by setting up what are called fuel tanks, or a conglomerate of separate accounts funded with EFI tokens that are only used to pay for transaction fees. Thus, by placing EFI tokens into a fuel tank, developers can essentially subsidize expenses for their consumers by resorting to fuel tanks to cover the majority of the transaction fee. Furthermore, Efinity also provides users with its own automatic conversion mechanism called Efinity Swap that improves the efficiency of partaking exchanges. Now, when it comes to tokenomics, EFI counts a total supply of 2 billion tokens. EFI launched in August 2021 and is currently trading around the $1 mark. On December 30th last year, Efinity secured the 6th parachain slot on Polkadot, receiving 7.7 million DOT tokens from over 20,000 community members. All contributors who staked DOT for EFI in the crowd loan can expect to receive their EFI tokens linearly over the course of the 96-week-long parachain lease period, which is almost 2 years. Next up, we have Centrifuge, a parachain project that has not yet secured its slot. However, given that its sister chain Altair secured its parachain slot on Kusama back in late September of 2021, I think Centrifuge may have a fighting chance on Polkadot. Centrifuge is a DeFi lending protocol that aims to make credit more accessible to small businesses. It'll also provide a stable yield for investors by opening pooled liquidity to traditional finance and real-world assets. Centrifuge was co-founded by a team led by CEO Lucas Vogelsang, who previously founded the e-commerce company Danedeal. Centrifuge has raised nearly $12 million from heavyweight investors, including firms such as Galaxy Digital and IOSG Ventures. Now, Centrifuge's associated decentralized application called TinLake is a marketplace for tokenized real-world assets. So, by minting NFTs to represent these verified real-world tokenized assets, Centrifuge allows companies to collect assets to use as collateral on their loans and quickly access liquid capital provided by individual investors. This essentially means that users could potentially take a real-world asset such as a house or other type of real estate, for instance, tokenize it as an NFT and use that NFT as collateral for a loan. I know, this really is next-gen stuff. Centrifuge is built on Parity substrate, and it can therefore interact seamlessly with Polkadot once it effectively becomes a parachain, benefiting from the consensus and security protocols of Polkadot's relay chain. But until then, Centrifuge will act as a standalone proof-of-stake blockchain that conducts its transactions with its native CFG token. Centrifuge held its initial coin offering on CoinList in May of last year at a price of 55 cents per token, and according to CoinMarketCap, Centrifuge has a total supply of approximately 430 million CFG tokens, currently trading just above the 80-cent mark. Thus far, Centrifuge has raised over 2.2 million DOT from 13,600 contributions, and it's currently aiming to raise approximately 15 million DOT to win a slot. If you are considering contributing, I will warn you that there are risks with doing so. DOT is locked up for a considerable period of time, and none of these projects are guaranteed success, so do bear that in mind. Now, whether Centrifuge ends up winning its slot or not, I do, however, find its use cases and its proposition to be rather appealing. Thus, I will definitely be keeping my eye on the Fuge. Now that's it for most of my video on my top 5 parachain projects on Polkadot. I know you've been keen to know more about these, and I will most definitely be doing a follow-up video very soon. Now, I do believe that Polkadot's PLOs represent a huge opportunity for both projects and investors alike, both from looking to gain early access to and benefit from Polkadot's true potential as perhaps one of the most promising smart contract shared blockchains in the space at the moment. And I do think that the projects discussed in this video have potentially bright futures ahead of them. Be it Acala's DeFi hub, Moonbeam's smart contract design, Clover's two-way peg system, Efinity's innovative cross-chain NFT protocol, or Centrifuge's real-world asset DeFi and NFT symbiosis, these projects are, in my opinion, some of the top projects coming out of the Polkadot Parachain ecosystem. But I'm sure there will be a bunch of other very promising parachains coming out soon. So do watch this space, folks. I will, however, reiterate that most PLOs will require you to stake your DOT assets for almost 2 years, which of course does carry some inherent risks, particularly because you won't be able to actually sell your contributed DOT tokens if the price suddenly appreciates. And, as I mentioned, none of these are guaranteed long-term successes. But then again, nothing ever is, and anyone who says otherwise is either unwise or telling straight-up lies. So, DYOR, and don't just ape in here, guys. That's all for today, peeps, but I'm certain you'll have loads of interesting questions, so please don't hesitate to let me know and fire those comments down below. Now, have you contributed to any PLOs in the past? What do you think of the projects in the video today? Keep me posted down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to keep getting the highest quality crypto content on the scene. Oh, and remember to ping that notification bell as well. That really would be swell. Make sure you also check out the Coin Bureau Clips channel to get all the info you need on emergency market updates, crypto projects, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content right away. I'll see you again very soon, but until then, this is where I can be found: TikTok, Telegram, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribing to my weekly newsletter will make your life better and make your gains stay forever. Oh, and if you have some extra cash around for a tea or a cheeky sweater, then all the better. Thanks so much for watching, folks, and I'll see you all very soon. Ciao for now.